$314. That's how much a family in Texas had to pay for just 1 month of electricity. Yes, you heard that right. Just to keep the lights on and run the air conditioning, their bill was higher than their mortgage. This is the American dream in 2025. Where you work hard all month, only to hand your paycheck to the power company. In Florida, retirees aren't only worried about health problems anymore. Now, they worry about their wallets because home insurance has tripled. In California, even people with high salaries have to choose between paying rent or buying dinner. And in New York, the middle class is disappearing faster than pizza shops in the Bronx. Even Missouri, once seen as a cheap and easy state to live in, is struggling with rising costs. This shows it's not just a local problem anymore. It's the first sign of a bigger crisis. In today's video, we'll look at 5 states where daily life is falling apart. And why this might only be the beginning. This is an analysis, not financial advice. The goal is to understand the real changes happening in America, not to attack or call for boycotts. Let's get started. San Francisco, where a $7 latte is normal, now has another shocking record. The average rent is more than $2,200 a month, the highest in the country. And that's before electricity bills, insurance, and other hidden fees. California used to be called the land of sunshine and opportunity, powered by technology and dreams. But for many, that dream is gone. Now, opening a rent bill or electricity bill feels like losing a lottery. And it's not just in San Francisco or Los Angeles. Even small towns are expensive. Families earning 6 figures still have to budget every trip to Walmart. One software engineer earning $150,000 a year said he shares a room with 2 others just to save money. Retirees who dreamed of relaxing on Santa Monica Beach now spend their days cutting expenses, facing $250 electricity bills, high health insurance, and expensive gas. For many, the American dream has become a smaller burger at McDonald's with a bigger bill. Why is it like this? California's housing policies are very strict. The state limits new buildings to protect its identity, but that means supply can't meet demand, and rents skyrocket. On top of that, there are high property taxes, high labor costs, and hidden fees like environmental charges. Every new policy makes wallets thinner. The result is clear. People are leaving California in large numbers. The middle class is moving to Texas, Nevada, and Arizona, places where electricity isn't more expensive than a barbecue. But not everyone can leave. For those who stay, life is a daily struggle. Cutting Netflix. Eating out less. Turning off the air conditioning early. A teacher in Los Angeles said she has to work extra tutoring jobs at night just to afford rent for a 2-bedroom apartment. For her, California isn't the Golden State anymore. It's the Golden Bill. This isn't just economics. It's emotional. Ordinary Americans who once saw themselves as the backbone of the country now have to count every penny in one of the richest states in the world. And the irony? The same California that celebrates billionaires, AI, and self-driving cars, is also the place where millions of people can't afford to turn on their heaters in winter. California, the land of sunshine. But that sunshine is burning holes in wallets before it warms people's hearts. And if California is turning the dream into a nightmare, Texas, the proud energy state, is showing that even where oil and gas are abundant, electricity bills can still crush families. One family in Texas received a $700 electricity bill. And that was for just 1 month. Across the U.S., electricity costs are rising even faster than food. In Texas, many households now face a terrible choice: pay rent or pay the light bill. According to the National Energy Assistance Directors Association, The average summer electricity bill is expected to hit nearly $800 this year. That's the highest in 12 years, and 6% more than last year. But how can this happen in Texas, the energy capital of America? This state has oil, gas, wind, and solar power. Yet, its people are paying the highest prices. The problem goes back to the 2021 snowstorm, when the Texas power grid almost collapsed. Trust was destroyed. And now, these massive bills prove that the grid is weaker than politicians admit. The hidden reason lies in how Texas runs its electricity market. Unlike most states, Texas chose to go almost fully private and disconnected from the federal grid. That gave them more independence, but also more risk. Because when there's a crisis, no one can step in to help. Instead of stability, Texans are left at the mercy of power companies and volatile energy markets. Summer electricity prices in Texas can double or even triple in a few months. Families get the bills right away, and the impact is hard to ignore. Many middle-class families moved to Texas thinking it was cheaper than California. But now they say electricity here feels more expensive than gold. One mother in Houston shared her story. Last year her summer bill was $400. This year it jumped to $900. Her family had to turn off the air conditioning even though the temperature outside was over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Retirees who moved to Texas for warm weather and low taxes now watch every kilowatt. The irony is that Texas exports oil and gas to the world, yet its own people pay some of the highest electricity costs. Many Americans thought Texas was the promised land. But they have traded high bills in California for high bills in Texas. Groceries at Walmart may be a bit cheaper, but the summer electricity bill takes away those savings. This is more than just money. It affects daily life. When parents hesitate to turn on the lights, when children ask why the air conditioning is not running, people realize they have lost comfort in their own homes. Once that stability is gone, the crisis is not just about numbers. It becomes part of family life. If Texas electricity prices are shocking, Florida is facing an even bigger problem. Florida was once the retirement dream for Americans. Sunshine all year, white beaches, BBQs, and golf. But today that dream is turning into a nightmare, not because of storms or sharks, but because of home insurance. In 2025, Florida will have some of the highest home insurance costs in the country. The average cost is about $8,770 a year, or $730 per month. This is pushing millions of families into stress. Years ago you could buy a small home near the coast and pay only a few $1,000s for insurance. Now the cost has risen to $6,000, $8,000, or even $12,000 a year, and that is before a hurricane hits. Many big insurance companies like State Farm and Farmers have already left Florida. Only a few small providers remain and prices keep rising. Families say that during storm season their homes may survive, but their wallets are destroyed. For retirees, insurance is no longer optional. If you don't buy it, banks won't lend. But if you do buy it, your savings may not be enough for daily needs. The problem is not only climate change. Yes, stronger storms and rising seas are part of it. But another big cause is fraud and lawsuits. Some lawyers and contractors use loopholes to make money from small damages. As legal costs rise, insurance companies leave, and people pay the price. In a state known for low taxes, insurance has become a hidden tax that eats into retirement savings. The result is heartbreaking. Retirees from states like New Jersey, Ohio, and Michigan once moved to Florida to enjoy their golden years. Now many are thinking of moving back north. One couple in Tampa shared their story. They bought a $300,000 house after retirement. At first insurance was $3,000 a year. Now it is $9,800. Money that once paid for vacations is now spent only on insurance to protect their home. The dream of retirement has turned into a nightmare of bills and paperwork. Florida, once known for golden sunshine, now keeps retirees awake at night. Here, storms may blow off roofs, but they blow away wallets even faster. Instead of thinking about BBQs or grandchildren playing in the yard, families now worry about whether their insurance will go up another 30% this year. If Florida is keeping retirees awake, New York is turning the American dream into a nightmare in a different way. New York is called the city that never sleeps. But in 2025, many residents won't sleep, not because of Times Square lights, but because of rent. Imagine working 60 hours a week, commuting on a crowded subway, grabbing a quick $5 slice of pizza, and then realizing more than half of your income goes straight to your landlord. The average rent in Manhattan is now over $4,000 a month, the highest ever. And that's just the average. For a decent apartment, you'll need even more. Tiny studio apartments where you can hear your neighbors sneeze through the walls also cost close to $3,000. Meanwhile, salaries for the middle class have not kept up. A nurse in Brooklyn says she spends almost 70% of her income on rent for a one-bedroom apartment and has to use credit cards just to pay for food and transportation. Why is New York so expensive? Experts say the city's structure is broken. After the pandemic, many wealthy people left. Luxury apartments now sit empty while middle-class housing is harder to find. Affordable housing supply never increased, and city taxes and planning rules make it worse. On top of that, service costs like waste, water, and building operations keep rising with inflation. Rent in New York is not just the price of a roof. It's a hidden tax of living in America's most expensive city. The result is clear. The middle class, once the heart of New York, is disappearing. Now the city is split in two. The ultra-rich buy penthouses for weekend visits. The poor live crammed in public housing with government help. The middle has almost vanished. A family of 3 in Queens shared their story. They paid $3,200 for a 2-bedroom apartment while their combined income is about $6,000. After paying rent, utilities, and health insurance, they have almost nothing left to save. The father said, "We live in New York, but it feels like renting a temporary seat on the subway. The only difference is this seat costs 1,000 times more." Isn't it ironic? Wall Street throws million-dollar parties, while ordinary workers struggle to rent an apartment the size of a dorm room. The city never sleeps, but its residents lose sleep, not because of neon lights, but because of rent bills. And when even America's biggest cities squeeze the middle class like this, it's no surprise that central states like Missouri are also starting to suffer. In Missouri, once considered one of the most affordable places to live, families are now feeling the pressure. A woman shared that her small 1,700 square foot home with 3 bedrooms suddenly received an electricity bill of almost $300 a month. Just a few years ago, those bills only existed in California or New York. Now they're here in Missouri too. It's not just electricity. Water, car insurance, and home insurance are all going up. One father in St. Louis said his car insurance rose by hundreds of dollars even without an accident. Gas prices are climbing. Groceries at Walmart that once cost $80 now cost well over $120. Missouri, once known for financial peace, has become a place where every new bill makes families nervous. Part of the reason is outdated infrastructure. Pipelines, power grids, and factories are all too old. When energy prices rose nationwide, Missouri's utility companies quickly passed the costs to the people. But unlike California or New York, Missouri doesn't have a big economy to handle the shock. Salaries here are lower, so the pain is even worse. The middle class, the backbone of America, is breaking even in states like Missouri. Families that once paid their mortgage and sent kids to school now cut back on everything. A mother of 3 said her family had to skip their summer vacation, cancel cable TV, and only turn on air conditioning at night to save money. Things that used to be normal now feel like luxuries. It's ironic. Missouri was once promoted as a slow, affordable, easy living state. Now it proves that nowhere in America is safe from rising costs. If California, Texas, Florida, New York, and even Missouri are all in crisis at the same time, it's clear this is no longer just a local problem. This is a national crisis. Everyday life in America is beginning to collapse. Imagine this. You wake up on a normal morning in America. You flip the light switch, but the bulb does not turn on. You take your wallet and drive to the gas station, but it is closed because the power is out. You stop at Walmart to buy food, but the shelves are empty. Your credit card does not work, and the ATM shows an error. In just a few hours, the comfortable life we trust has stopped. This is not a movie. Experts have warned about this for years. A day when daily life breaks down. The real question is, if this happens, how long can you and your family survive? A week? 3 days? Or just the few meals already in your fridge? The truth is, many Americans are used to a world where everything is always ready. The light from the bulb. The beef in the shopping cart. The bottle of water on the shelf. The gasoline in the tank. We take it all for granted. But the crisis in the last 5 states shows how fast it can disappear. Electricity bills have become a nightmare. Insurance is too expensive. Renting a home takes nearly all your income. When the system starts to break, no one is safe. So, what can we do? We cannot control the stock market or tax policy. But each person and each family can prepare. Here are 3 simple steps. First, financial reserves. Keep some real cash at home. Not in the bank, not on a phone app, but in your house. Because one day your card or ATM might not work. Second, basic supplies. You do not need to fill your garage like a warehouse. But keep at least 2 to 3 weeks of essentials. Water, canned food, and medicines. This is not panic. It is smart preparation. Third, a support network. Think about your family, neighbors, and friends. Who can you count on if supplies run out? A small, caring, supportive community is often the best insurance in a crisis. Do not believe the idea that life will always stay the same. Many middle-class Americans thought a mortgage, a good credit score, and steady work would protect their future. But now those things are shaky. The only shield you control is your own preparation. And remember, 5 states are only the beginning. Today it is California, Texas, Florida, New York, and Missouri. Tomorrow it could be your state. Do not ask if. Ask when. The answer you prepare today will decide how strong your family stands tomorrow. 5 stories. 1 message. The collapse of daily life in America has started. It does not happen overnight. It happens slowly. Bill by bill. Shopping cart by shopping cart. Light switch by light switch. This is not just about one state. It is a challenge for the whole nation. And the truth is, no one is safe. Whether you live on the East Coast, the West Coast, or the center of America, this crisis will reach your door. In bills. In gas prices. In insurance costs. and in sleepless nights. So, what do you think? Is this the peak, or only the start of something worse? How would you prepare if your credit card stopped working tomorrow? If your electricity bill doubled? Or if rent rose so high you could not pay it? Share your thoughts in the comments. This story is not only about numbers. It is about real life. If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. That way you do not miss future videos on America's economy, politics, and society. This video is based on public data, real stories, and independent analysis. It is not financial or legal advice. All opinions are for learning and community discussion. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next video.